Hi there, Tad Hargrave from marketing for Hippies.com. Today's video is about point of view marketing and why it matters so much. So there are three things people need when they're in pain, in my experience. The first one is empathy. They just need somebody to say, wow, that sounds hard, that sounds terrible. Second thing they need is is context. Somebody to say, hey, here's why that's happening. Help you understand what's behind the symptoms. Third, they need guidance, some specific steps. So I want to talk about that second level of context. So empathy, context, guidance. Yeah, you can say it another way. People have a problem, but they need a premise about what that problem's about, and then they're going to need some promise from you, in the form of an offer. But so people need context. Because it's not, being in pain, having symptoms, that's not the end of the world. What makes it really hard is not knowing why you have those symptoms, not knowing what they're about, not knowing what's behind them. That's the real trouble. And here's what makes it more confusing, as we all know, is everybody's got their theory. Everybody's got their philosophy about why these things happen. And that's so exhausting. You want to get healthier, so you go to a bookstore to look about how to get healthy. Oh my God, there's so much, so I'm just going to focus on diet. Oh no, it's almost even worse, because in the diet section alone, there's a whole thing. So you say, okay, no, I'm just going to go plant-based. But then you look at all the plant, and even within that, there's a lot of different opinions. So it's overwhelming. But the reason a point of view matters is we need some sort of perspective that helps us understand our symptoms and that works in the long term, because there's all sorts of solutions that will get you temporary relief but not long-term relief. And if you want to grow a business sustainably without having to hype it up all the time, if you want that, then you're going to need people to get results sustainably over time, not short-term results and then long-term disaster. Because what that means, if let's say it was weight loss, and you have this strategy and helps people lose weight immediately, but then they gain it back long-term. Well, those aren't going to be happy customers. So now you're going to have to find new customers, and those people certainly aren't going to recommend you. They're not going to refer other people to you saying, hey, this person really helped me. So ultimately, we need solutions that are going to last over time and that will endure, long-term. This is the genius of indigenous traditional cultures. Thousands of years of experimenting to find solutions that worked long-term and consistently to have their people be healthy and happy and strong. And so that's good to know. We don't have to wing it. All of our ancestors have a lot of answers for us in their cultures. But that's why it matters so much. Because otherwise, we're freestyling it, and we're going to hit and we're going to miss. And that's not going to work sustainably for word of mouth. Remember, most business comes from word of mouth. Most business comes from clients who are thrilled about their work with us telling their friends. That's most of it. That's the lion's share of it. And in the short term, it's none of it, because people haven't even worked with you long enough to get results or had enough time to talk about it. So in the short term, it's nothing, but in the long term, it's everything. And our ability, our capacity to get the kind of results that are sustained over time with people, this comes down to the point of view. And having a point of view that actually works, a map that actually matches the real world. And so few entrepreneurs do the heavy lifting on this and really think through what's their point of view. A lot of this comes down to also they never thought about their niche. So point of view about what? Point of view about what journey are they helping people on? Point of view about what product? I make lots of products. But the willingness to focus, to have a particular niche, and then to develop a point of view about it, to do the learning, to read a lot of things on that topic from different perspectives, and to come up with your own, or to apprentice to somebody whose opinion you do admire. There you go. That's what it takes to build a sustainable long-term business from a marketing standpoint, from word of mouth. It comes from getting consistent results for people, and that comes from having a point of view that works, that's effective. You know, if you were a tour guide in a city, and or let's just say you travel around, and every city you go to, you become a tour guide, but you're not familiar with the town and you don't have a map. Yeah, and even if you have a map, you say, oh, well, it's easy to be a tour guide. You just get a map, and then you walk people around. You get them where they want to go. You can read a book of some stories. You're not going to be as good as somebody who lived in that city. And when you're touring them around, you know, a local would know the better way to go. A local would know, oh, right, there's construction there, so we can't get through that way today. They would know those things, and you, with a map, wouldn't. So there's a willingness to take the time to learn these things, to spend time in the territory. That's really important. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Point of view matters so much. If you want to grow a sustainable long-term business based on word of mouth, I don't see another way to do it except developing a clear point of view that you can be known for, that your clients can talk to their friends about and explain, and that can help them get the results that they're looking for. That's it for today. Feel free to subscribe here on YouTube if you'd like to. You can also follow me on Instagram if you like, @marketingforhippies, and we'll see you around.